finding your why is kind of a big topic these days. There's some great videos that you can check out on YouTube from Simon Sinek about this that I have found quite helpful and enjoyable. I found my why the summer of 2015, and I'm going to share the story as quickly as I can possibly do it to help give other people some ideas of how to identify their why. So I was going through a career transition summer of 2015, and I was looking at some new exciting adventures and all of that. My wife and I attended a church service, and one of the topics in the message was your purpose. And I never really thought about it before. I had a career, I had a family, I had interests, but I never really thought about a purpose or a why. And so, yeah, that was kind of interesting. Kind of was, stirred up some thoughts and some reflection. But my wife and I went out to dinner not long after that at a seafood restaurant in North Texas and had a pretty bad experience. It was actually an experience that we had had 2 years before and never came back. So this was kind of like their second chance situation. But it was a bad experience in spite of being kind of a moderately well-known name. And so I went onto Yelp to review it, and I saw an option to message the manager. And so I thought, why don't I just send a private message to the manager instead of giving them, 2 stars and a nasty comment or something, and I might be able to help them improve their business. So that was kind of attractive. So I sent her the message. Manager got back to me just very appreciative for the insights and the advice that I gave on the message, as well as the fact that I had posted something to him privately instead of posted something negatively to the public. So that was a great little experience. Fast forward a couple weeks later, I'm at the dry cleaners, just the one that our family always uses, and it's in a high traffic area. They should get a lot of drive-by new customers, but unfortunately their bushes had grown over the sign and were covering most of the words on the sign, so you couldn't really tell what you were dealing with and what that business was. There's also some tree overhang. So as I was in the drive-thru, I talked to the owner, and I mentioned to him that, hey, I'm noticing you're having a problem here with visibility. You've got a great location. You're probably hurting your chances to get new customers because of the blockage here. Why don't you have some trimming done of your bushes and trees? And I think you'll increase your business. He was so thankful and so vocal that it really made a nice impression on me again to give feedback to business owners and give them ideas and tactics, and that some of them would really appreciate it. Last story, there's a deli that I had visited, back a couple years before this, Y experience, and there was a lot of flies in the restaurant. The windows and doors were open, and there was flies everywhere, and it was pretty gross. And I never went back. And I thought about it from time to time, what a nasty experience that was. So here I was in this thought process of, purpose and, giving people private advice and helping them. And so I decided to look them up on Yelp, and I messaged them, privately to the manager again. And again, they got back to me pretty quickly and were not defensive, but they were appreciative. And they explained that they had an AC outage that summer, and there was a period of time where they had to have windows and doors open, and it was difficult to deal with the flies for that period of time, and they promised it would never happen again. And so I told them, I responded back that they not only would I try them again, but that also that I would be able to speak about the positive experience. So anyway, I kind of identified that what was coming out of me automatically was business advice, and helping people improve their business was just an inner thing for me. And so it was just coming out automatically. And so I discovered summer of 2015, over those short 3 little events, that my purpose was to help people improve their business. And even if I didn't write that down, it was happening anyway. And so it was a really neat discovery for me, and I want to encourage folks to think about, what are you doing reflexively? What are you doing that's coming out of your heart, your desire, that could actually be pointing to your why? Think about the stories and the experiences that you have, and maybe you can find your own why as well. So with that, good luck.